Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's valued reviewer... Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's valued viewer question, unfortunately the question has just been deleted. I don't know why, it's just YouTube does this, it deletes random comments. So my apologies, it was on this video here, and it was... the guy asked, can you use the SPRD-99, that is the RATO, the rocket assisted takeoff modules on the Mig-21 for anything other than takeoff? Obviously they're designed for heavily loaded takeoff to get in the air quickly for intercept or whatever, but can you use them tactically in a dogfight, for instance? So we're going to go and try and find out today. Okay, valued viewers, this is our test. We've got myself and RC, exactly the same plane all over it, except he's got the JATOs. The JATOs, from what we can find, produce about a gross 5,500 pounds of thrust until they burn out. We're going to fly in formation. On a count of 3, we're going to both go full throttle at exactly the same time without special afterburner mode, just so I can make that clear. Then you will light your JATOs as soon as you can after that. And then we will pause once the JATOs have burnt out, and then we can see if the 5,500 pounds overcome the drag that they give, and we'll see how it goes. Are you ready, Super RC?
Certainly.
Okay, we're going to go full power. 3, 2, 1, go. And rados whenever you can.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, my speed is coming way up.
I even got the better start. Right,
I'm at 900 now.
Are those ratos? Tell me when those ratos are burnt out.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to start now. That was interesting. I got a way better start. For some reason, you were sluggish as hell getting on the throttle. Slam that throttle in. But, out of interest, you've got up to 543 knots. I've got up to 478. So you've got like 60, 70 more knots than me, which is actually amazing.
Oh, it's still going up when you pause, too.
Let's just do it again. Let's keep doing it. Okay, I'll see. Full throttle in 3, 2, 1, go. And JATO when you can. That's more like it. Whoa, look at them go! Right, tell me when you think the maximum effect feels like it. I'm gonna go for there.
About right there.
Yeah, that seemed to have even more effect that time. That was nice. So at that point, I got to 340 knots. You got to 501. This was a fair test this time because we actually started at the same time. So this is a much better test. Jesus, whatever you did this time was hugely effective. 140 knots more. So that's an amazing.
I don't know what I did different, but.
It's just, I think it was the start. I had about a second start on you last time, and a second in a drag race is the world, basically. This time you could see they were identical because we were accelerating exactly together. We're going to check this in TAC view in a minute just to make sure, but that is a perfect example. One more, and I know there's not much point to this, but I think it would just be fun. Let me chase you vertically on full power, and then we're both chasing each other on full power, and then you turn the ratos on. 3, 2, 1, go. And ratos, go. Oh, look at that thing go. Look at it go.
One up.
Rocket.
Okay, I've maxed on my speed.
Rocket ship. Jeez, look at that. You did have a tiny head start, but we're talking milliseconds, I think. So I managed to get up to 200 knots. You managed to get up to 333. So it climbs like a... You know what? We've got to race this thing against a bloody F-15 or something like that, because that is really accelerating hard, isn't it? Okay, since that went so well, RC has asked for a pop at the Champ. The Champ, as you know, is the F-15C Eagle. It's just a powerhouse of the skies. We've tested it against everything in DCS. Acceleration, vertical, everything. It's just the best by far. Personally, I don't hold a hope in hell of whatever that is, and the 13 or whatever with a tiny little rocket booster versus 2 massive, efficient, high-spooled Pratt & Whitneys. But there you go. I'm going to give RC a tiny head start because he's got a slow spooling engine, obviously. I've got fast, modern spooling engines. But other than that, it's going to be equal. Are you ready, RC? It's just going to just do a lateral one this time. Okay, RC, we're pretty much level. I'm not going to give you a head start because I'm actually feeling like I want to win this. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. JATO when you can. You cheeky bastard! You serious? Tell me when you're maxed. chose it for you. Can't believe that. And I didn't give you a head start. I did it fair and square. 411 for you. 384. You've beaten the champ. Wow. Just at this point, if you're wondering why, then the MiG-21 doesn't win our 6-mile drag races that we do every time a new plane comes out. It's because it does have a top speed, this aircraft. Well, I'll show you now. Look, just keep going until your engine blows up. Ready? Well, the F-15 will just keep going and going and going. This has a very definite top speed, but it's...
There it goes.
and there it goes, engine
I
gone.
lost the engine.
Yeah, it's a compressor stall or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's a dead MiG at that point.
Too much air disturbance at the intakes.
Yeah.
Because I'm going too fast.
I'm going to pause it there. So that's why it doesn't win the quarter mile, the 6 mile for the jet, and the F-15 does. But it shows how powerful. So we can do... let's jump into TAC View to have a look at those figures a bit more now. Okay, lateral example. We're both at 218 knots, both at exactly the same energy. Wait for the full power. Okay, full power, and the ratos have dropped, and watch the speed increase. It's just obscene. Look at the energy increase. That's ridiculous. I am 284, he's 379.
Did I drop the JATOs there?
Nah, it's just how it's
What's
modeled.
dropping off? That's the... Okay.
So
That's
way
weird.
over 100 knots. So he's going to get out of gun range and no problem. Hide behind a mountain, and that's it. Right, so... much bigger effect. I thought you'd maybe get 50 knots or something like that, but it turns out you get huge advantage, and also it's lag free as well. It's just on, and that's it. Full 5,500 pounds of thrust. And another thing is, whereas our air breathing engines obviously get much less efficient up high, these would be even relatively more efficient compared to the air breathing engines up high, so it has an even better effect up high than down low. This shows how cool these things. So here is the climb test. As you see, our energy state here, I've got 1019. This guy's got basically the same energy state. Just what we're after. Climb the hill. About the same. Wait for the ratos. And all of a sudden, that guy is just friggin' on fire. Look at that. That is... oh no, he's firing the ratos now. Sorry, he's firing the ratos now. So he's slightly ahead. He's 247 versus 233. So he's 14 knots ahead at that point. Fires the ratos and just takes off into space. Look at that. Look at that. That's real time. I'm stuck here, full burn at 200 knots in 45 degree. He is up to 330. So that shows. So he's got. It just shows how useful that could be just to outclimb a hostile. And that guy will never be able to catch up again, because of that initial boost. So to summary, to myth bust it if you like, yeah, it's an amazing thing to have for a one use only. Whether you want to lug them around for the whole mission, it's up to you, because obviously it causes drag. But for a one use only, to get away from a hostile or to climb away from a hostile, definitely an awesome thing. Anything you want to add to that, RC? No, I hope you enjoyed that. See you later.